John Wallace, Wild Game Cook here. Today we're going to be cooking turkey legs. Make sure you're keeping these when you're harvesting your birds in the field. We're going to keep it super simple today. We're going to put them in a Dutch oven, about 225 degrees until these are fall apart tender. Should take a few hours. We're going to keep it simple with some onion, carrot, celery, a couple bay leaves, some beef broth. You could use chicken broth, turkey broth, whatever. This just happened to be what I've got on hand. We're going to season the legs with a little bit of salt and pepper, maybe a seasoning of your choice. We're going to brown it along with the onion and the veggies in the Dutch oven. We're going to place it in the oven, wait for it to get tender. Stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and prep our oven to 225. All right, we've got our oven prepped to 225. We're going to go ahead and get our Dutch oven hot on the stove top. Going to start out by preheating that slowly. We're going to go ahead and prep our veggies. This is a Vidalia onion. You could use white onion, you could use yellow onion. All right, that's it for our veggies. These are optional, but they do provide aromatics and flavor. We can go ahead and season these with salt and pepper. We're gonna wait for our Dutch oven to get preheated, and we're gonna go ahead and brown those in a little bit of oil. For our turkey legs, we're just simply gonna open up our vac seal bag. Place these in our dish. We're gonna go ahead and season both sides with, again, any season you prefer. You can use salt and pepper. We're gonna use a little bit of Reload Magnum here, which is basically like a steak seasoning. You don't have to worry about any of the silver skin on this leg. The low and slow braise process in the Dutch oven is gonna make all that dissolve and disappear. Don't waste any more time on it than you need to. Our cast iron is nearly preheated. We're gonna let this turkey sit seasoned, let that do its magic here for about 10 minutes or so. We're gonna add a little bit of oil, start with our carrots, add in the celery and onions. We'll add in our beef broth, our bay leaves, put it in the oven, and wait for it to be done. All right, we've got our Dutch oven preheating. We've got it up to about medium. It's getting a little warm. We're going to put a little bit of regular olive oil in there, just a little bit to help get these veggies going. The carrots are a little denser, so we're going to start with them first. Just give them a minute or two. All right, we're now going to add in our onions and celery. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn the heat up a little bit. Try to get this cast iron a little bit warmer. Get a little bit of color to these veggies. And then we're gonna clear space and make room for those legs to get them browned on each side. We're gonna go ahead and throw in about 2 tablespoons of butter. This will help with the browning process. All right, we're getting a little bit of color to our veggies. We're gonna go ahead and make room. Put these turkey legs in. Again, we're just looking to get a little bit of color for flavor is all we're looking to do here. So we'll give it a few minutes on this side. We'll flip it over, do the same on the other. All right, let's go ahead and give these a flip. All right, while that's browning on the other side, I am going to go ahead and add in just a little bit of minced garlic. Stir that around. Be careful not to burn your garlic. You're not going to want to leave that in there for more than 30 seconds to a minute at this temperature. And then we'll go ahead and add in the beef stock and the bay leaves. This smells absolutely amazing right now. All right, we can go ahead and shut off the heat. We're going to go add in our 2 bay leaves and add in our stock. Again, you could use beef stock, chicken stock, turkey stock, venison stock, whatever you'd like. Ideally, we want to try to get these filled up to be where they're about halfway to 3/4 of the way covered with the broth. Get them nestled down in there. If you need to, you can chop these bones off in order to get them to fit. You can use them in a crock pot, which may be a little bigger. You could even do this in an Instant Pot. You would just want to reduce the time significantly. All right, we're going to go ahead and drop the lid on this and put it in the oven. I'm expecting this to go for 3 to 4 hours, so stay tuned. All right, we just pulled it out of the oven. It's been a little more than 3 hours at 225 degrees. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. It is coming apart, but I think if we went about another 45 minutes, it may just fall apart even easier. But as you can see, we're definitely getting there. We'll put this in for another 45 minutes and we'll see where we end up. All right, it's been close to 4 hours at 225. This should hopefully get us to where we need to be as far as being tender. Take a look at that. Just absolutely falling apart. So we'll bring this over here and let it chill, not chill, but let it cool off a bit so we can handle it with our hands. We'll pick the meat. We could easily put it right back in these veggies and make a nice soup. You could take this meat, pick it, and make barbecue sandwiches. There's a lot you can do here, but it's going to be super tender. It is super hot. Incredibly tender. We just got to pick the meat. And we'll see you back here in a minute. All right, so we've given it a few minutes to cool off. We're now just going to go ahead and go through and pick this meat apart. It's that tender. You could either make, again, nice soup. You can serve that with spätzle. You can make noodles if you'd like. Turkey legs get a bad rap. And it's super tender. It just takes a little bit of extra time. It's still quite hot yet. Super flavorful. You don't want to over season it. You could always season it later. Super tender. You could turn this into barbecued sandwiches, which would be super easy. Literally just get the barbecue sauce, put it on a slider bun. But, here's the stuff that you don't want, right? Here's all those hard tendons that people talk about. And I mean, this is picked clean. I'm not even trying that hard. This is really quite fall apart. Okay? And you just got to take a little bit of time. Here's a good chunk of them right here. That's pure meat right there.
Right here is where I would normally edit the video in order to crop out or speed up some of the time just to make the video a little shorter. But considering how easy it was to pick the meat and how little time it took me to complete this task, I went ahead and left it in there so you could see in real time that it only took just over a little bit more than 3 minutes.
We're going to pick through this and we'll catch back up with you here in a minute.
This is where you could go ahead and interject your Jeopardy theme music. Again, taking my good old time, making sure that I get all of the tendons, all the little connective bits and pieces out of there. Again, I'm wearing gloves. It's pretty hot. This meat right here is pretty hot to the touch, but you want to try to get to it as quick as possible before that meat firms back up and makes it harder to pick through. Here, I'm actually trying to separate some of that silver skin I mentioned earlier, how it would go ahead and dissolve. It did, or at least the meat rolls right off of it quite easily. If you're going to have to pick the meat, why not just go ahead and pick off the silver skin rather than take extra time to cut it off earlier in the process, just wasting meat, wasting more of your time.
One leg down, one to go.
I can't stress enough how tender this meat is, given the fact that most people leave it in the field. It doesn't take but a little bit of effort to get it low and slow braised, making it tender, and you can turn this meat right here into any number of dishes you'd like.
In real time, that's probably less than 2 minutes. It took me 2 minutes, and all of this is great boneless meat. So good. Add a little bit of extra seasoning, the flavor of your choice, to really give it a kick. It's always, again, easier to send that at the end. Stay tuned. I'll put together a couple recipes here. And just like that, you've got your pulled turkey sandwich. You've got a nice turkey soup. Those are just two of many recipes you can do with the leg meat. Hope you give this recipe a try. We'll see you back here next time.